Yeah, this project was for a customer, so I really didn't have time to film much. I do have some other welding and fabrication jobs that are coming up that I'll be able to film a lot better. Yeah, so here's the next project, is to rework this trailer. Yeah, the customer has this like four-wheel drive car that he drives on here. And I don't know what those cars are called. They actually have doors that open and everything else. But he also has a four-wheeler. But the only way to get these on here is you got to put the four-wheeler on here, and then you have to take and pick the back up and move it sideways. It's got to go in this way to make it where there's enough room. So originally he wanted me to cut this piece of pipe out here and make a ramp that folds down the side. But you can't do that on this trailer. The only thing that would hold this together is this piece of 2" by 3" angle iron. It's like about a 3/16 thick, so it's not strong enough to do that. So what I'm planning on doing is making some ramps that'll fit on top of here. It'll have a piece of channel where it goes down over this. And then I'll weld something across the top here too where it'll sit up on top. But then you can also pick the ramps up and you can put them on the other side, so you can drive it up one way and then down the other way, so you don't ever have to back it up. And the first thing I'm going to do is take and move that spare tire to the front. And also he's got a bunch of D-rings for me to weld on here. And it's damaging his screen here from driving this up, so I'm going to weld one more piece in here to make this stronger. I think that the bigger one of the two cars weighs like 1,500 pounds. Yeah, I got the piece cut off for the spare tire. So now I'm going to weld a piece in here. Yeah, a piece is going to have to be welded in right here to connect that too. Yeah, I got the spare tire on the front. Yeah, so I just got a bunch of the metal to make the ramps with. I wasn't able to buy any channel that'll go over here because I'd have to buy a 20-foot piece. So I bought a piece of 3" square tube, and I'm going to cut that and make that to where it'll fit over there. And I'll show that later on in the video. And right now I'm just figuring out what angle I need to cut this at. This piece won't actually get used. I just marked it on that because I want that piece that's welded on the top to weld on straight when the ramps are out like that. Yeah, and here's how much I got done so far. Yeah, and those pieces just fit right over the top of this pipe here. Yeah, I got one ramp done. It's laying upside down right now. I also took and welded a piece of round bar in here to make this stronger. So originally I wanted to use a piece of channel on here, but it's just going to cost too much money to buy 20 feet of it. And this I was able to buy just 2.5 feet of. Yeah, and here's what it looks like when it's on there. So now I got to weld all the pieces of angle iron in the other one, and then I'll paint these two. Yeah, so I got both ramps finished. Now I'm going to paint them. And I'm also going to weld the two pieces that go in here. Yeah, so now I'm putting the extra pieces in here so the screen doesn't bend. It'll only be over there and right here, and that's it. Because that's where the wheels for that great big one go. Yeah, there's no reason to do the center. So I got the ramps finished. So what needs to be done now is it's going to be built up in here. We can drive it up on top. And what it's going to do, it's going to sit down a little ways. So now I'm going to have to figure out how to do that. And I also got this ramp all strengthened up where that screen won't bend now. The first thing I had to do was move it out of the sun. It's over 100 degrees today. Yeah, and here's how I'm going about building something across here. This is going to sit 6 inches below the top. When the wood's in here, it's going to sit about 4.5 inches below the top. And there's going to be another piece welded on back here. Yeah, I'm trying to do this with only stuff that I have left over where I don't have to go buy more metal. So I got 2 of the pieces welded across. Yeah, so now I'm ready to put the wood in here. And I just got a bunch of wood that I got to cut and put in there. Yeah, I got all the wood cut. So now I got a bunch of carriage bolts I'm going to put in this. Yeah, I took and bolted the 2 outer pieces on with carriage bolts. Now I can figure out how to get the gap right between all these boards. Yeah, even the boards that came on the trailer got a big gap between them. Yeah, and about all I have left to do to it is there's 8 D-rings I'm going to weld on here. Yeah, 4 up here and then 4 down in the bottom area. Yeah, because these trailers always come with these tiny little tie downs on them, which are no good. Yeah, it's all finished. I just got to paint those 2 D-rings back there when they go off, and that's it. Yeah, so now I can put those ramps down and drive the 4-wheeler right up here.